Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Jeff in Tech in English, and today we shall discuss about POCO F5. Now the phone's overall specs in a glance. It's the first phone in India with Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 2 processor. It has a 12-bit display, 120Hz adaptive refresh rate, UFS 3.1 standard for storage, LPDDR5 standard for RAM, 64MP triple camera setup, 5000 mAh battery, vapor chamber cooling technology, highly optimized for gaming. Now let's see what's inside the box. We get the SIM card tool, documentation, plastic case, type A to C cable, and 67-watt charger. Now the design and colors. The phone comes in 3 colors: electric blue, snowstorm white, and carbon black. Now the snowstorm white looks pretty fashionable and modern with the snowy design in the back. The backside is made of hard plastic and the frame is of aluminium. The phone is pretty lightweight and slim with 7.9mm width and 181 grams as weight. Now the ports and buttons. On the bottom side we've got a SIM slot. It supports dual SIM 5G, but there is no micro SD card slot. Then we've got the Type-C port and the speakers. On the top side we've got 3.5mm audio jack, speakers, noise cancellation mic, and IR blaster. The left side is completely vacant, and on the right side we've got the volume rocker and the power button with fingerprint scanner, and the fingerprint sensor is very responsive. Next up is display. The phone has a massive 6.67-inch Flow AMOLED display. The resolution support is Full HD Plus 1080 by 2400 pixels. The refresh rate is 120Hz adaptive, where the refresh rate can vary between 30, 60, 90 and 120Hz depending on what is being played on the screen. The phone has 1000 nits HBM brightness, where HBM stands for high brightness mode. The screen to body ratio is 93.4% with almost bezel-less display. Now the display is a 12-bit display. More about this a bit later. 100% DCI-P3 color gamut, and certification includes Dolby Vision, HDR10 Plus and wideband L1 support. And the protection is Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Now about 12-bit display, even though it's advertised to be 12-bit, it's actually 10-bit plus 2-bit display added to it through software augmentation. Now the 12-bit display can produce up to 68 billion colors, making multimedia experience truly immersive and sublime. Now the HDR10 Plus is adaptive, meaning that it can dynamically optimize the HDR10 Plus contents to provide the best experience as per the room's lighting condition without infringing or affecting the creator's intent. Now that is flagship level. We've also got 1920Hz PWM dimming, which is truly fabulous, and the phone has got IP53 rating for dust and splash resistance. Now the processor. As I mentioned before, it's the first phone in India with Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 2 processor. The Antutu score is 969903, which is truly mind-blowing and which is in flagship territory. The manufacturer is TSMC and the process is 4nm. Now the Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 2 processor is very equivalent to Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor. They've got the same CPU structure with 1 Cortex X2 core, 3 Cortex A710 cores and 4 Cortex A510 cores. Now the province where they differ is in their clock frequency and in their GPU. The Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 2 is a slightly underclocked version of Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. The GPU in Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 2 is Adreno 725, while that in 8 Plus Gen 1 is Adreno 730. The Antutu score of Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 is 987234, while that of 7 Plus Gen 2 is almost alike at 937264. Now the 7 Plus Gen 2 Antutu score compared with 888 and 870, and finally these are the complete benchmarks. Now RAM and ROM. RAM, it comes in 2 variants, 8GB and 12GB, and the standard is LPDDR5, and the ROM comes in 1 variant only, 256GB, and the standard is UFS 3.1. And the phone supports dynamic RAM expansion 3.0, where the 12GB RAM can be expanded virtually up to 19GB by adding 7GB of idle ROM. Now the experience is truly butter smooth and there is no lag while switching between applications. Next up is the battery. The phone has a massive 5000 mAh battery and it has 67-watt turbocharging. The charging from 0 to 100% can happen in 47 minutes. Now the combination of 4nm process, 5000 mAh battery and 67-watt turbocharging, the phone can support up to 30 hours of calling, 14.8 hours of video playback, 23.8 hours of reading, or 155 hours of music playback. Or in simple terms, the battery can last easily for a whole day. Gaming. The phone is heavily optimized for gaming. The combination of 7 Plus Gen 2 processor with almost nil thermal issues, Liquid Cool Technology 2.0 and Hyperboost optimization are the areas to focus on. Now in Liquid Cool Technology 2.0, we've got 14 layers of graphite coverage and 3725mm square of vapor chamber, which provides excellent thermal regulation, and no frame drops or jitters are observed during gameplay. And HyperBoost optimization provides top FPS performance, high brightness levels, and low temperature. Overall, the phone is a beast when it comes to gaming performance. Camera. The rear has a triple camera setup with 64MP main camera with OIS, 8MP ultra wide, and 2MP macro. This is the only department where the phone fails to deliver. The camera is average, the pics are decent only, a lot of inconsistency is observed in colors, the ultra wide angle pictures are color boosted, and the dynamic range isn't well balanced. Now regarding recording, maximum of 4K at 30fps, the video quality is good, but even though it comes with OIS, the stability isn't top notch. Now regarding the front camera, we've got a 16MP punch hole design camera. The selfies are good, but the portrait mode is below average. The edge detection is also a bit poor. Now regarding recording, we've got 1080p at 60 frames per second, which is decent. Now the possible good camera alternatives in this price range will be Vivo V27, Nothing Phone 1 or the Samsung S21 FE. The particular phone will fall under this price category during some sale season. OS. The skin is MIUI 14 based on Android 13. We get 2 years of Android updates and 3 years of security updates which are quarterly. Now a lot of bloatwares are observed which can be uninstalled manually. And yes, the phone comes with MIUI dialer. Now the pros and cons. On the pro side, what we get in this price range is a flagship level display which is 12-bit, HDR10 Plus certification, 120Hz refresh rate which is adaptive, Dolby Vision and Atmos support, wideband L1 support, and almost a bezel-less display. Number 2. The phone is a performance beast. A Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 2 processor, the LPDDR5 RAM and the UFS 3.1 storage standards all add up to give a flagship level performance. Plus, there is almost little thermal issues. Number 3. The phone is heavily optimized for gaming with vapor chamber cooling technology and HyperBoost optimization. And finally, the phone will give good battery backup with 5000 mAh battery and 67V turbocharging. On the con side, we get a plastic back, no in-display fingerprint sensor, no micro SD card slot, the camera isn't the best in the 30K range, and finally, should have provided at least 3 years of Android updates and not just 2. So what's my verdict? If you're looking for a phone with great display for excellent multimedia experience, if you're looking for a phone with great performance, heavily optimized for gaming and having good battery, then definitely go for this phone. If camera and clean OS experience are your priorities, then I won't recommend it at all. Now regarding the pricing, the phone is available at a price of 29,999 for 8 plus 256GB variant and 33,999 for 12 plus 256GB variant. Now a word of caution. The Poco X series phones are infamous for motherboard issues, camera issues and high service cost. So I highly recommend my listeners to watch other review videos regarding this phone before arriving at a decision whether to buy this phone or not. That's it for today guys. Thanks for watching. Do like, share and subscribe to Jeff in Tech English to enjoy similar contents. Until next time, take care and bye. God bless.